from there.
I'm Tom Borneman. I'm 51 years old. I've been married for 30 years to my wife Candy, and we had 4 children, 4 girls, and it was a struggle to get to that point where Candy would accept me as somebody that she would want to marry. I was kind of not really rowdy, but I was into marijuana smoking and drinking, and smoked a lot of cigarettes, and she just wanted all that to end before she made a commitment to me. And there were several minor accidents. One kind of major accident. I totaled out my car, but and several trips to jail. They would stop me and smell alcohol, and then that would lead to finding my pot, and so I would end up in jail. But it was every time that I ended up there, it was like just one night, because they were all minor misdemeanors, and my dad would come and bail me out, and that pretty much would be the end of it. But it was a fall night in 1978. I was 19 years old, and me and a friend were down in Morris. I had just let Candy out of the car, Candy and a friend of hers out of the car, and drove around the block and had a minor fender bender. Ran into the back of a girl who I later found out was her cousin. And what that did was it put into motion some events where the police came, and they smelled alcohol, and they found my reefer, and I was hauled off to jail again. But the thing about this time was it was my second offense in the same county in a rolling year. So it made that offense a felony. So I was charged with a felony. It was Friday night, and that meant I had to spend the entire weekend in jail to see a judge on Monday morning so he could set the bail. And so I smoked my 4 packs of cigarettes a day while I was in there, and then I got a message from the jail guard there that there was somebody there who would like to talk to you. He was a pastor, and I knew him. He was a pastor at Candy's church, actually, Pastor Wigtill from Bethlehem Lutheran, and he knew my dad from my dad singing in the area for quite a few years, and he was just wondering if I wanted to talk, and I don't know why, but I said, yeah, I wouldn't mind talking with him. So we sat down in like a lounge area at the jail, and I was kind of expecting a tongue lashing, but he came across so much different than I really expected. He came across as someone who was humble and knew that there was things in his life that he had changed and even needed changing. But by the grace of God, he had Christ had wiped out all that sin from his life, and it really caught me off guard. Here's a minister telling me things like that, and it just got me thinking, and he prayed with me, and I didn't accept Christ then. He gave me some tracts, and I had plenty of time to read them that weekend. And so I was reading tracts, and I went to bed one night and rolled over and in my jail cell, and it was written on the wall. I hadn't noticed it before. It said, this place is hell. And I'm like, yeah, they got that about right. You know, I made up my mind that I didn't want to go there again. I didn't want to go to jail again. I was charged with a felony possession, so there was a chance that I would get a jail or a prison sentence. So I decided right then and there that Pastor Wigtill was on the right track, that I needed to repent of my sins, ask Jesus into my heart, and I was laying there in the dark in tears, you know, just thankful for Jesus and what he had done for me at the cross. And I got out that Monday. My dad paid the bail. I told my dad and my brother immediately that I accepted Christ in the jail. And as it turns out, I had gotten 7 tickets that night, and one of them being the felony. That was reduced to a misdemeanor. The DWI, or the DUI that we know of it today, was reduced to a reckless driving, and the other 5 tickets went away. And something that always amazed me, because I was dealing in marijuana. I had a 1/4 pound in my glove box, and they impounded my car. They had it the entire weekend, and they didn't go into that glove box. And I know in my heart of hearts that that would have changed everything if they would have found that 1/4 pound. You know, the deal would have been a lot harder to get from my lawyer, for sure. So I guess in closing, I would just like to ask the audience, maybe they're struggling. Maybe they're struggling with addiction like I was, or maybe they're struggling with just life itself. And I just want to let them know that Jesus Christ changes everything. Just bring it to him, bring it at the foot of the cross, and repent of your sin, and you can have a glorious new life through him. So, thank you.
All right, very good.
So, you have never been involved in the lifestyle that I talked about here? Or?
No.
Not really?
When I was growing up, I was raised Roman Catholic.
Okay.
My dad was really strict. He's kind of loosening up now.
Yeah.
They were getting older, but kind of a stricter family.
Yeah.
So it was more of the sign of just kind of legalism and just like, okay, I'm going to work my way to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Kind